Tonight, on the eve of America's 250th birthday, the Pentagon's most guarded program had a coming out party in St. Louis. Sort of. A United States senator teased but did not fully unveil the airplane the Air Force calls its future, built right here in Missouri. Our political editor Mark Maxwell went to Boeing with a list of questions, and you'll want to hear the answers.
Yeah, Kelly, I just got back from Boeing's plant, and honestly, it's a lot to take in. A senator who ran as a fiscal hawk, a multi-billion-dollar top-secret jet under construction, a multi-billion-dollar war bill working through Congress, and not far from that hangar, a tornado-ravaged city still waiting on D.C. to deliver. We covered it all with Senator Eric Schmitt. Just outside a hangar the size of 18 football fields, Senator Eric Schmitt stood before the most secret plane in America, one almost no one has seen.
The F-47 will see further, go faster, and have a bigger payload than anything we've ever seen.
He says it's an airplane built for a single adversary, China, and for a single idea that the other side should never want to test its ability.
We won an unfair fight.
Call it the old American gamble turned upside down. Build it so they never come.
It is built for deterrence in the Pacific. And so this great competition we have with communist China is very real.
The F-47 will not fly alone. The Air Force intends to send it up commanding a swarm of robotic wingmen called collaborative combat aircraft. Drones the pilot would direct like a quarterback. The drones could be built anywhere, so I asked the senator what exactly St. Louis is guaranteed.
The manned fighter will be built here.
So the fighter jet itself, but he could not promise the rest. The event also coincided with a New York Times report that the sons of President Trump and the Commerce Secretary hold financial interest in Kazakh tungsten mines tied to American defense supply chains. Tungsten, a critical material for military hardware. The White House denies any wrongdoing, but Senator Schmitt sits on the Armed Services Committee.
Is this a kind of conflict that you would vote to investigate?
I don't even know what you're talking about, but I will say that we do need to bring those supply chains home.
Schmitt came to Washington promising to guard the public purse and to bring something home for the Show Me State. So we asked whether the $87.6 billion bill to pay for the war with Iran might carry, somewhere inside it, help for a city still digging out from last spring's tornado.
Can you get the HUD disaster funds in there?
I'm supportive of it. I talked to the mayor about it just last week. And so we're going to work as hard as we can to get something done there.
Is this that bill? Is this the right vehicle for that fight?
It could be. It could be. I think if we see an opening to get the resources to help St. Louis, I'm going to be very supportive of that.
And then fresh reaction to a recent Supreme Court decision on immigration. The senator was unequivocal. Temporary protected status, he says, was always meant to be just that, temporary. And now that the Supreme Court allowed the president and Department of Homeland Security to end it, those who held it must go, he said. So I asked him, does that mean deport them all, even the ones who haven't been violent, who followed the rules our country allowed all this time? He said simply, you can't stay here anymore.